Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
Animals have the ability to smell scent half a mile away. But what good is an attractant if the animals have to be close to smell it? Introducing an industry-first vapor system. Vapor lasts longer and travels farther. Venison by Fourth Arrow. Active vapor for deadly success.
Hey everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Olson and we've got an exciting show lined up for you this week. Jordan is going to spend some time on the ice with pike spearing guru Keith Stanton. You won't want to miss that exciting story. We'll have a wild game recipe for you this week as well, and Jimmy's got another exciting story for us.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more things on this week's show. We're actually going to do a little bunny hunting on this week's show, and we've got time for a bragging board as well. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's destination since 1988, featuring varieties of homemade sausage, jerky, brats, and gourmet entrees. Holiday gift boxes can be assembled in-store or online. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including Outdoorama March 1st through the 4th at Novi's Suburban Showplace. The show features tackle, trips, boats, outfitters, wildlife encounters, and of course, Big Buck Night. That's Outdoorama in Novi, March 1st through the 4th. By AnglerQuest Pontoons, a mid-Michigan company building boats for fishermen by fishermen. AnglerQuest Pontoons are designed for comfort and functionality. On the web at anglerquestpontoons.com.
Soaking in the rich tradition of Michigan hunting for over 30 years, Vanguard is proud to sponsor our friends at Michigan Out of Doors TV.
Every year, good friend of the show Keith Stanton and I spend at least a couple of days on the ice together trying to spear a few pike. Not all of our trips are successful, but it's always a good time. We usually try to fish different bodies of water, and this year we decided to try Lake St. Clair.
Well, first time on the ice this year. I couldn't be more thrilled. It's very cold, very windy, but we're fishing. Been waiting. All my buddies have been going, and I've been busy making decoys and lures and getting work done. And when Jordan called and said, hey, let's go fishing, I was ecstatic to do so. So this is usually a pretty good fishery. You usually see multiple fish, and we've got the option of spearing perch today as well. We're on Lake St. Clair. So we pike and perch, and usually what I love about this fishery is you're just seeing fish all day long, constant, several different species, and usually the pike are pretty thick, pretty healthy. They're not always 40 inchers, but they're usually good solid fish. So, and the water's clear, and we're fishing, we're not working, so life is good.
Right there, fish. Had to, dude. A hog. Did you get him?
Yeah.
Good, pretty fish.
Just like that, baby. Our luck can change just that fast, my friend.
I can't believe that.
We've been in here 10 minutes, Jordan. There's a long backstory to me and Jordan spearing together, let me tell you. Every blue moon we have a successful trip, but we drove a long way today. It's extremely cold out. We didn't even have the door zipped up on the shanty, and there was a 3-pound bass in the hole. We've been here maybe 15 minutes and constantly watching fish. I think we've seen 6 or 7 different species of fish in 15 minutes. Happened to look down, this dude came cruising through. It's my first fish of the season. Came in on a Doot decoy. It's a yellow, green, and red new body style we're making this year, and apparently it works. 15 minutes, fish on the ice, baby.
After a great start, I leaned over to check one of my cameras only to have my phone fall into the water. After a lengthy adventure with a perch spear and an ice saw, we were able to retrieve it from the bottom of Lake St. Clair and continue fishing.
Just like that.
Wow. That was 19 seconds after you switched it.
Well, it's been an adventure. We've only got about 35 minutes actually spearing, because after I got that first pike, old Fumble Fingers dropped his phone down the bottom of the lake, and we got it back. So today we've speared 2 pike and 1 iPhone, believe it or not. But this guy, I tell people all the time, you know, pike are curious by nature, and so constantly switch the colors of your decoy. And about 30 minutes ago, I said to Jordan, hey, let's switch out colors. No, let's stick with that one. Well, finally I said, we're switching. We put the red and white on, and the camera showed it was 19 seconds from the time we dropped that red and white decoy down until this guy came flying in. Like I said, change your decoys often. If you're not seeing anything for a while, our hole went just blank for a while. Red and white decoy, 15 minutes, bam, we're on the board with pike number 2. So at some point, I think Jordan just doesn't want to throw and miss today, so he's letting me do the spearing, but I think he's going to have to hold the steel at this point. So we're doing good. It's a beautiful 18-degree day here in Michigan. Spearing northerns, love it. Oh, geez, dude, that's huge. I got it. Get it. Quick. You got him. Nice. You got him. That's a dandy, Jordan. Dude, his age jump. Oh, nice. Not by much, but I got him. Nice.
Well, we're out here trying to spear some pike. Keith has already speared 2 today. We do have the perch spear handy just in case this happens. We had a jumbo swim through, had a shot at it kind of going out of the hole, and got lucky and hit this one. We're still hoping for a couple more pike, but you can't beat a bonus jumbo perch like this. We'll take them all day long if they'll keep swimming through.
So the fish were hot and heavy. It didn't take long for that first pike to come in here. I was able to get that done. Immediately following, Jordan dropped his phone in the water. So we scared every fish on this side of the border out of here trying to get his phone out. We did manage to get his phone out, and it's actually working, so that's good. A short time later, we dropped a new color decoy in, and within a few seconds, another pike came zooming in and kind of gave us a picture perfect shot. Came zooming in fast and then just stopped and let me line things up and get a good shot on him. And since then, we've just been enjoying the day, having a good time. Jordan took over on the spear, was able to get a perch, and a good perch, and just been watching. I don't know what even we're up to now, several different species of fish, and I keep looking down here because there's bass zooming in and out of the hole. So far it's been a great day. If it ended right now, we'd be winning. Oh, jumbo.
Get him?
Very difficult throw.
Does that mean you got him?
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, did I get him? Is he even on the spear? I think I pinched him. Well, all of a sudden, the perch just started showing up in here, and we've been seeing them here and there all day, but now all of a sudden we're starting to see quite a few more. That's not a bad fish. 8 inches, 9 inches. So that's kind of the nice thing about being able to spear these perch, all them little fish that you're not going to take home and eat. You know, they swim away unhooked, unhandled, unharmed, and you're only taking home the ones that that are going in the frying pan. So that's the beauty of how you can do catch and release with the spearing. Is we've had a lot of fun watching and missing these perch all day long, and they've swam away, you know, unharmed and unhooked and on to grow up and live another day. And the ones that are big enough and that we want and we're lucky enough to stab, they're going home and going in the frying pan.
Got him! Nice! J-Money!
Wasn't as big as I thought, but decent.
Heck yeah! I'll eat that.
Look at that spear job, though.
Oh, that's
That's not fair. He didn't have a chance.
That's like you've done it before.
Imagine perch spear.
They're a lot harder to spear than pike, so.
This is where your pike was when you speared it.
Well, that shows you how good I am at actually calling on them.
Well, one thing's for sure, Keith and I always have a good time on the ice, and I'm sure I haven't heard the end of the phone spearing jokes. Pike spearing isn't for everyone, but it's worth a try if you've never done it before, and it can be a great way to spend a day on the hard water.
Well, in our next story, we're going to do something that we try to do several times throughout the winter here in the great state of Michigan, and that is chase some bunnies.
Today I'd be hunting with Shane Loney, his father Clint, and a few of Shane's friends. The plan was to let the dogs do most of the work and kick a few piles along the way.
Hi, my name's Shane Loney. We're just outside Olivet, Michigan here today doing a little bit of bunny hunting. Dogs are already on a rabbit and they usually cross right here in front of us. So it should be a pretty good day. We came in here the other day and just ran them. No guns, kicked up a lot of rabbits, so we should have a good day.
Let it clear. Kill it.
We double teamed that one. Nice job, guys.
This is a big bunny. It's a good sized bunny. Came running down the old white fence here. Finally kicked him out of a pile. The other dogs are struggling behind us in the pines a little bit, but we double teamed it. First rabbit of the day.
We couldn't have asked for a better start, and despite some tough weather conditions, Shane was confident we'd continue to find rabbits throughout the day.
Well, we're heading out here here in southern Michigan. Got a few of my buddies with me and my dad. We got 4 dogs with us. We're going to try to make the best out of it. We got a little bit of snow yesterday, so hopefully it doesn't slow us down too bad with the rabbits. Hopefully they'll still get up and run.
It was obvious there were plenty of rabbits on this property, but the deep snow was making it tough for the dogs to run. And even though these guys were having to put in a little extra work today, they were still enjoying their time in the woods.
Over the years, my friends, you know, they've came with me a lot. They've picked up on it really well, and they know, you know, just as much as I do now. And it's fun, you know, hey, you know, we're bored today, you want to go out and do some rabbit hunting? It's like, yeah, sure. And you know, it's always fun to do and take the dogs out with you and have a good day of rabbit hunting. I grew up doing it. My dad always did it when I was younger. He introduced me to it. He always took me around with him, and doing it with the dogs, it just makes it more fun, I think personally, than going around and, you know, stomping on piles. It's nice to, you know, be able to have your dogs go in there and not necessarily do it for you, but once you get them up, you know, if you miss them or something, the dogs can circle them back around you, you know, and take a little bit of pride in the fact that your dogs do that for you. And I like to take them out by myself and just without a gun and let them run, you know, get some practice in.
Where's he at?
Right here.
Okay, I'm ready when he comes out.
Come on, baby. Oh, he's right here.
You see him?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
Right.
Get him?
Yep.
Cool. Good job. Good job, Jake. That was nice. That was a good run. Got him! That's pretty cool. You know, we finally got to our second spot over here and just got started. And on our walk in, we saw one, you know. And then this one came popping through, you know. Made a good shot on it. Dogs got on it. Good hunt.
As the morning progressed, the hunting seemed to get better and better, and the rabbits were finally following the script that Shane had written a few days earlier.
We were in there Friday, so 2 days ago, and the rabbits were running real well, and we had a game plan all figured out what we were going to do, and we were trying to do it. We were going to push the pines, and there's a lane, and we're going to, once they run across the lane, we'll get the footage and get the shot. Well, it didn't quite work out for us. The rabbits weren't coming out of the pines because the snow was so deep, and they were just staying in the pines and finding holes. So we moved on and to the next section of pines, and we found a pretty good opening, and the rabbits ran down this little row of pines, and we got a couple good shots in there. So, and there's a lane that the dogs circled the rabbits, and they run across the lane. We got some good shots there.
The rabbits were finally doing what we had hoped for, but the shooters, on the other hand, well, let's just say they were a little less than 100%.
Sometimes I'm hot, most of the times I'm not. But hey, we're out here trying.
All in all, we ended up with 6 rabbits in the first spot, and afterwards we packed up and headed down the road to try a different area in hopes of a little less snow and a few more rabbits.
I've been running dogs and raising beagles for probably about 20 years now. And my boy is 17 and his friends are 15 to 18 years old, and I'm starting to get out of it a little bit now. I ran a charter boat for almost 18 years, then I got into beagles like almost 20 years. But now it's time to kind of hand this down. My boy's been with me ever since he was a little kid, where now it's time to let them continue on. With Shane's class, and the class that they're graduating in right now, he has about 15 buddies. And they're all really straight kids. They're really good kids. And I always wanted to make sure that these kids always had, whether I'm taking them fishing or taking them hunting, and keeping these dogs, in shape, and fed them all during the summer. And then when it comes hunting season, letting the boys get out there and enjoying this. Just proud of the boys for their keeping on the legacy and keeping a good breed of dogs, and they're really enjoying the outdoor life. You got it.
Did you get him?
I think so. He went down, I'm pretty sure. Here he is, Book. Here he is. There he is. Yeah, I don't think it's dogs came through, right through here, and they got underneath that pile. They never barked or anything, but the rabbit come flying out. And second shot, I got him. Nice, good-sized rabbit, good, healthy one. Grain-fed, southern Michigan.
We ended up with 9 rabbits, a pretty good day considering the amount of snow we had to walk through. Rabbit hunting is one of my favorite things to do this time of the year here in Michigan, and if you've yet to get out, there's still time left to hit the woods here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, hey, we are here once again at Antlers Fireside Grill, Canadian Lakes, kind of the central part of the state. We're here with Jim Wood. And Jim, I'm kind of excited about this. We're going to do a venison burger. Now, I kind of tend to shy away sometimes of making a true burger, and I usually mix mine with pork. Is that straight venison, or what do you have in that?
It's 10%, well, 15% beef.
Okay.
So just go buy a good fatty beef like chuck.
Okay.
When you're going to make a hamburger out of venison, it's good to add a little bit of.
How much do you, like you said, 10, 15%, something like
It's all I add, as long as it's the really fatty, like if you can find an 85% fat beef.
Okay, well, we got a lot. What are you going to do here today? How we're going to build our burger?
So we're calling this a breakfast burger.
Breakfast.
So as you can see, we have all the usual suspects. Cheese, bacon, ham, eggs.
Okay.
Over here I've got some pure Michigan maple syrup.
Nice.
So what we're going to do is we're first going to season our hamburger.
Okay.
And I mean, whenever I season venison, unless I'm going for a fancier loin dish or something like that, it's just salt. Just salt. And it's really all it needs. And if you put, a lot of times people will put black pepper on it.
Yep.
Black pepper will burn. So
okay.
Just add that to the pan.
And so if you're doing this at home, would you do it the same way? Would you do it on a grill?
I would never do it on a grill. I don't do any hamburgers on the grill.
Really?
I don't. In my opinion, a hamburger should be sitting in a lot of its own grease and butter. That's just me.
Well, maybe that's why I haven't ever done a good job with it on the grill.
Well, the thing is, when it's on a grill, it's a much healthier way to eat it, but it's venison, so there's no fat in it anyway.
Okay.
So the final product will inevitably end up drier.
Okay.
Once your burger has cooked to your desired temperature, it's time to add in the other ingredients.
All right, so we took the burger off.
Okay.
Now into the same pan, we're going to go in with our ham and our bacon. So what we're going to do is to help the cooking process, we're just going to add a little bit of water to steam this. So now we're going to make the mayonnaise, the dressing we're going to put on the burger. So I've got a little bit of Dijon mustard here.
Okay.
Add that to the mayonnaise.
Okay.
And we've got some maple syrup.
So maple syrup, mayonnaise, and mustard.
Yep,
Okay.
you're basically, this would, if this was honey, it'd be a honey mustard, but it's not. So it's maple syrup.
Now, do you guys do anything like this here at the restaurant?
We do a different venison burger every month.
Okay.
And then we have our regular, what we call our antlers burger, actually has bacon, a fried egg, tomato jam, garlic mayonnaise. It's 2 patties. It's a big one.
Now, we're going for over easy, sunny side up?
We'll go about over medium is what we're going for.
Okay.
So we're going to give her a flip. So we're going to put the dressing on both the top and the bottom bun.
And we got a toasted bun.
Toasted brioche bun. Through the magic of television, I had delivered here.
Nice.
Take our burger right there. How I'm going to do this?
Don't you just flip it up and let it land over here?
Oh, we could try that.
Get out of the way. Oh my.
So.
And this is called?
Venison breakfast burger for $12.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you check us out online when you get a chance. You can do it a few different ways. You can check out our website at michiganoutofdoorstv.com. You'll find all of our recipes there, older episodes, brand new episodes, all kinds of fun stuff on the website. Or you can check us out on social media at Michigan Out of Doors TV. We're on social media every few days letting you know where we are and where we're headed next. Speaking of where we're headed next, we have a lot of fun in store for you. Hopefully this rain stops and the cold weather comes back so we can do some ice fishing yet this winter. All sorts of fun stuff headed your way.
Well, make sure you are joining us over the next several weeks here in Michigan Out of Doors. We've got a lot of fun stuff happening. It's hard to believe that Outdoorama and the Ultimate Sports Show, both happening in March this year, are not too far away. So if you shot a big buck, if you know someone that did, get a hold of the folks at Commemorative Bucks of Michigan, get that deer scored, and they will get that information to us, or feel free to send it to us directly, and we invite people from that list for those big buck nights. So lots of good stuff happening over the next several weeks here in Michigan Out of Doors. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By the Michigan Wildlife Council, entrusted with educating the public on how wildlife in Michigan's outdoors are managed and funded for the use and enjoyment of future generations. Learn how Michigan manages wildlife at hereformioutdoors.org. By Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises of Munising, exploring Lake Superior's Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. With its sandstone cliffs, caves, waterfalls, and lighthouses, Pictured Rocks Boat Cruises on the web at picturedrocks.com. By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971, with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's. On the web at jaysportinggoods.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Calamus.